Warning: the following audio podcast may include language of an adult, nonsensical, repetitive, and quite frankly, moronic nature. On the plus side, if you watch the video version, you get to see two sexy motherfuckers. Enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, a podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 152, we have a Mexican standoff, turf war, baby, a paranormal love triangle. We go to Cowboy Showgirls in this week's Strip Club Yelp reviews. Furiosa gets the movie review treatment, and much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you. Newest edition of the Waffle Box. It's the original Waffle Box. It's the People's Podcast. You accept no substitutions. Coming to you all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. It is the best part of Wednesdays, and you love us because we do this. We do this because we love you, Producer Latham. What's shaking?
Greetings, gents. I hope you're all adequately rested and relaxed after our little break. I know I am. There's a beautiful lake here in parts unknown, and I just filled up my cooler with insert future beer sponsor here and spent days catching exactly 0 fish. It was awesome. But also, before we start, Mr. Christopher, a little bird, tells me, and by little bird I mean I listened to the Microdose podcast and found out that you're now officially 10 years clean of smoking cigarettes. Huge respect and congratulations on that.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, 10 whole years without a cigarette. I've hated every minute of it. It's every 100 days, every year. I go like, well, I could have one cigarette now, right? Oh my God, are we being haunted? What's happening?
I'm having a disco here. We'll just turn that light off. There we go. Right, let's try that again. It's getting ready for the strip club review later.
Oh yeah, nice. That was quite strange. Anyway, yeah, 10 whole years. I still have the last pack of cigarettes that I purchased from 10 years ago.
Well, I bet they taste disgusting if you do them, if you smoke them.
You know what? They actually smell the same. And yeah, it's
they're in a little commemorative case and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What are they, camels?
Camel Turkish Silvers.
Well, look at
they still smell like raisins. They look beautiful. I wish I could light one up right now, but we cannot. So we keep it in this little tin, this little plastic case that was once filled with champagne flavored gummy bears. That was a Christmas present. And I'm like, well, what am I gonna do with this? I know. I'll put my last pack of cigarettes in there. So that has been there.
That'd be worth money one day when we're rich and famous.
If should we ever enter the nuclear wasteland like Mad Max or even the Fallout series, I could probably use that as currency. That'll be exciting.
Indeed. I actually went to during our little break, I went to the Dominican Republic. It was very nice.
Oh, the DR.
Although there were a couple of things of notes I mentioned. I noted from that it was pretty insane. But before we get into that, I got some, I partaked in some duty-free stuff like that. You know how you do it. You know how you do.
And I've never done the duty-free gimmick, but I remember you had an issue last time you did that.
Well, no, yeah, because some airports kind of like hide the cigarettes. And it's kind of like you have to note that you have to have a special knock, and then a guy slides the door open. What's the code? And you have to go, the squirrel has the delivery for the mailman, and they let you in and you can buy some cigarettes. It's like really bizarre. But this one was nice and clean. Which is like, and the minute I was going to flash them onto the screen for the YouTube viewers, but I don't know. I could be okay, but I don't know with YouTube. Sometimes, if they're like, oh, you're advertising smoking. I don't know. They could, I don't know. But the cigarettes are proper funky. They're like each, they're like each
got a
10
rotted
pack.
lung on it.
No, they just got like the warning, like smoking kills, smoking makes you impotent, smoking blah. But But no, each individual pack in the carton, which is 10 packs of cigarettes, each one is a different neon color and they've got a funky design on each one. It's really cool.
I'd
Like, this
actually
is
like to see
actually the
that.
first time, the old joke of like, hey, smoking makes you look cool. This is the actual first time where I'm like, these actually do look cool. I'm actually really impressed with these. So, yeah, that's
I'd
my
actually
story.
like to see them. I don't think YouTube will give us any shit for it. Like,
Bring a couple up here. So, so you got like this. It's not a very good light. Look, nice little yellowy one.
okay,
Funky. Can you see that?
not really with my purple glasses.
Oh,
That's okay though.
and there's like a green one.
Okay,
And there's like a pink one.
fascinating.
They're all different. It's pretty, yeah. I mean, I'm well impressed with them. Well impressed with them. But right before we get into the top stories, I do want to take some time to just, like I said, read up some notes of that I've noticed in the Dominican Republic, and not necessarily about the Dominican Republic. So anyone listening or watching from the Dominican Republic, take no personal offense to this. These are the people that I encountered on this short trip, right? But first of all, I knew it was going to be one of those trips when, firstly, I flew JetBlue. JetBlue sucks.
That's a shame.
But
They used to be the
I think it's one of those like it's one of those discount airlines, right? So I guess you get what you pay for. But anyway, but as we landed, guess what? 90% of the fuckers did in the plane.
Stood up, wait for the thing to. They all get their bags and then they just stand there.
No, before
Oh.
that,
Whoa. What happened?
they all went, "Hey, well done!" And they all started applauding when we landed
No.
safely.
What was there like some scary turbulence or something like that? I understand, like, yay, we made it alive. We thought we were gonna die for like 30 seconds.
There was a little bit of turbulence. If I can't remember, there was some turbulence. It was either on the way there or way back. I can't remember. But it was like they applauded. And it's just like, why are you applauding? It's like, what would you have done? Like if we crashed, would they have just went, boo, you suck,
Yeah, I'm totally gonna boo if we crash.
send help, but boo. Yeah, I hated that. Then there was on the beach. When you're laying on the beach, sometimes they have some gentlemen that are always trying to sell you things.
I saw that in Mexico. Yes.
One of them, who became my friend, his name was Spaghetti, apparently. I don't think that was his birth name, but he was a nice guy. He was like one of these guys that came up to after like day 3. He just stopped trying to sell shit to me. And he was just coming up to me and like hanging out for like 5 minutes. We was just chatting away. It was quite nice.
Okay, nice.
But the reason I mentioned that, shout out to Spaghetti if you are watching. There's one thing they always sell at every beach, at every resort thing or anything like that. And I don't want to speak down to anyone or try to dictate how anyone should live their life and enjoy themselves. I guess as long as they're not hurting anyone, let them live their life, I guess. But what is it about the beach that makes white women want to get their hair braided? Like, what? I don't get it. That you always see them. They're a couple of just all the rows of braids and stuff like that. And I just want to, like I said, each their own. But
Did they have beads
yell
in
at
them as well?
Yeah, of course they did.
Okay, yeah. I think that's a
You
Bo
look
Derek thing from
stupid.
1980. There was a Dudley Moore movie called 10, and Bo Derek, she is the movie poster, and she's the 10. And there's a whole scene where she's running on the beach, titties are bouncing, but yeah, the hair is all braided up and it's got beads in it, and they shake around when the titties shake, and yeah, that has been burned into the brains of men and I guess women everywhere for the last 40 years now.
It's not a good look, but I don't want to. It's not. Was it? What's the? It's not fat shaming. It's hair shaming. I guess I don't want to hair shame anyone, but especially since in a few years I'll probably have none. So maybe it's just jealousy. Look at that bitch and all that hair. Last bit. I don't want to bore you too long about this, but so obviously, I was going to Dominican Republic, which is a Spanish-speaking country, so I always try to, you speak a little Espanol, and I believe you get a little bit of better service to the point where I was like, Google Translate helped me heavily on this trip, right? And so I started just speaking in Spanish a bit, very broken, obviously, and I was getting fantastic service from this all-inclusive. And then at this one bar, they would always just hand me drink. Like when I'll drink there, even though it's technically free, I was like, when I would drink at the bar, and then when I'm going, all right, that's it. I'm going back to my room to go to bed. As we was leaving, one of the barmen would always sneak out the side of the bar with like 3 or 4 cans of more beers. Like, yeah, take this, take this. Hey, thank you very much. Gracias, gracias. But then the bar itself had 3 awards on the wall.
Okay.
And I was like, look at that, look. We picked the right hotel. All the awards they've won, right? And then I eventually snuck a picture of the awards and ran it through Google Translate. And apparently this bar had won best bar at the hotel. 3 months running. Congratulations. How did it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, there were a couple of other bars now, but still, like, do you really need a plaque for that? It just seemed a bit over excessive to me. But overall, Dominican Republic, 5 stars. 5 stars.
Nice.
It was the first time I've ever went to an all, because I like to go to all inclusives once a year.
It's the smart thing to do.
It's the first ever time that I've often went, I would come back to this country. But this is the first ever time that I've gone, I'd come back to this exact same resort.
Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to them. The Melia Hotel and Resort in Dominican Republic. You get my stamp of approval. If I had a stamp like animation. But
Mike's holiday review.
Stamp. But that wasn't the top story. Is there anything you want to bring up before we kick into gear and get into those top stories, baby?
Yeah, we so 2 things. One, the distribution company Shout Factory has a YouTube channel, and they've been streaming marathons of old Mystery Science Theater 3000 reruns.
Ooh.
Also, Alf. Do you remember Alf, Alien Life Form?
I do.
It's running consecutively right now, not only in English, but in Japanese and German.
Fun.
Japanese is pretty fantastic. German's a little wonky, but I've been enjoying that for the last week. And then on Netflix, I don't think it's brand new. It's definitely recent, but I don't think it's brand new. Netflix has a documentary called The Final, and it is about the 2021 Wembley riot during the Euro final against England and Italy. That thing is crazy, dude. I'm surprised I never heard about it, period. 2, I don't believe we even brought it up on the Waffle Box because we were a thing in 2021.
Yes, we were. Very early in our conception, but yes, we were.
We might have just missed it then, but like I was watching this thing and just holy shit, dude. Like so it was during COVID, so they were doing that gimmick where like you buy a ticket, or you and your dad or your best mate or whatever, you guys buy tickets together, and then 2 seats or whatever are blocked off, and no one should be sitting on either side of you. So tickets were extremely limited. That means, of course, tickets were very expensive, even on the black market end. And then your countrymen all decide we're going to jib, which is a slang term your country uses for we're just jumping the gate. Fuck it. And 10,000 people rushed the gate to the point where like the cops are outnumbered. And by the way, now football hooligans are beating up ushers and security guards. Security guards is one thing. I mean, I don't want anyone getting beat up, but like the usher just goes like, your seat's this way, sir, or the bathroom is that way, ma'am. Like that's all they do. That's their entire job. However, football hooligans are just headbutting them and kicking them while down and calling them cunts. And I was just like, oh my God, this is a goddamn nightmare. Like, there's actually a very funny scene where you see the guys rushing the gate, and then one of the ushers just grabs his cell phone and sneaks out of frame. Like
I'll do the exact same thing.
I'm out. I'm not fighting for any of these people.
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's the smartest guy in this whole arena. Yeah, just like, wow.
But no, we probably didn't talk about it because after England lost that game,
Heartbreaking
probably.
loss, apparently. But
Oh,
yeah,
I was devastated. I was
I bet you
devastated.
were. It's not coming home, baby. It's not coming home.
Maybe
Yeah,
this year. Maybe this year.
the head of security is watching all of this shit on their giant like Batman video monitor, and he's just like, and then we got to a point where it's like, oh my god, if we win, this is gonna get worse. So I kind of hope we lose, but I also hate that I said that. And then thankfully they lost, and then it rained as if on cue, and everybody just went away. It was like, yeah, it's rain. We're done. All right, we lost. Bye. Gotta go.
Yeah, I've just tried to remove any memory of that day from my brain. It was too heartbreaking. It's too heartbreaking. And now it's all coming back. Oh, I need to take a little break. We'll be right back with top stories.
I left my kitty outside! What do you mean? Oh, wait. Kitty's not outside.
Man, what kind of jeans are those?
New Lee dungarees. Buddy Lee tested. Can't bust 'em.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Bubbles. Now, I know I say this almost each and every week when I start off the top stories segment, but this may be the new winner. This may be the greatest opening line of a news story. So I'm going to ask yourself, Kush. I'm going to ask everyone watching or listening to this to take a seat. Strap yourself in. This is going to be a doozy.
My seatbelt.
Lathan, I think this even deserves a drum roll, if you will. A fire breather has been treated in hospital in Mexico after being attacked by a mariachi band.
Whoa, what?
Boom!
Those are words.
Those are some great words. Yeah, a fire breather had to be treated in hospital after being attacked by a mariachi band.
Desire to know more intensifies.
After fighting back by setting several of them on fire.
You know those mariachis will take it personally if you set them on fire.
So, security, obviously this took place in Mexico. Security camera footage of the bizarre fight shows one of the mariachis chasing the fire breather, placing him in a headlock before punching him multiple times. The fire breather is then seen on the pavement as 5 of the band kick and punch him in the front of a taco restaurant named El Inferno. The irony. Oh. But the story continues. The tables are turned as the man starts throwing fire at the musicians. The mariachis, most dressed in traditional white shirts and black trousers, some carrying guitars, are then seen running away, several of them in flames. It's believed that the battle was over the right to perform and generate trips in a sought-after spot.
And that's the story of how they created the Flamin' Hot Cheeto.
Oh, Lathan, that's...
Oh, you.
Oh, you. Yeah, that's a great story. I don't know how I can top that.
I think the Waffle Box is now done. We've done it. 152 episodes. Thanks for coming by, folks. That's our series. We can't top that.
Just gonna let that breathe before we move on to the next story.
I gave Mad Max 4 stars. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, check out Microdose 200 at the end of the month. And yeah, thanks, guys.
Good night. Yeah, what a great story. Like I could not. That was going to be the front story of the thumbnail, but the crude AI that I used when I was trying to create a mariachi band running away in fear on fire. It just can't do people. It's not very good. But never mind. Still, that story.
I would
the
actually
front
like to
story
see the real photo.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, I want to see the CCTV footage. That's great.
Yeah, right.
The next story, I threw this in there because it involves one of my favorite things. Is you know how I feel TikTok is dumb.
Yes.
So this might
I
be the
agree.
dumbest story from TikTok.
Okay.
So an influencer, which I always that is like
That's a title.
that's the modern day YouTuber. Because now, do you remember when YouTuber used to get laughed at, and now it's kind of like, oh, you're a YouTuber, that's pretty cool. Like now
Well,
it's
now
the
people are making
influence.
money off it.
Now it's
Yeah.
the influencer. I was actually watching a dating show on Netflix the other night where she was saying she was an influencer, but then she was like, "Oh, I'm an influencer, but I specialize in healthcare and fashion." It's like saying that as if that's a rare thing. But anyway, yeah. So an influencer found herself in hot water after she had her twin sister trade places with her at work so she could go on vacation. Right, first line so far. I'm actually with that. That's genius.
It's very sitcom-y. It's very sitcom-y, but I like it.
So her vacation request was denied initially, so that's what made her go, "Hey, are you doing anything this week? Do you mind covering me at work, and so I can go on holiday?" And her twin sister was like, "Yeah, sure. I got nothing planned." Unfortunately, her twin sister also claims to be an influencer, and so her boss found out about the switch when her twin sister made a TikTok video explaining exactly what she was doing whilst she was doing it.
They always telling themselves.
Like, my head hurts. Like, why would you do that?
This was going so well, and then you snitched on yourself. That's called dry snitching in the streets, by the way. So
Yeah, she should get some stitches, as they say. I believe that's the phrase.
that is a phrase.
As penance for the deception, which sounds like a ye old. That sounds like something you'd say in the 1800s. Penance of this dastardly deception. Her boss demanded that she apologizes, offer an immediate explanation, which I think is self-explanatory, but whatever, of her behavior and present a plan of action to rectify the situation.
Wait, what the fucker doodle is that? After pulling that shit, all she had to do was say sorry and write a plan of action? Oh wait, she's hot, isn't she? I bet she's hot.
Yeah.
Of course she's hot, and the boss wants to bang her or her sister or both or whatever. Let's move on, shall we?
I say go for this.
Yeah, what kind of plan of action is she going to present other than, yeah, I'm not going to get my sister to work for me anymore? Point one.
Do we know what her job is at work when she's not influencing?
No.
No, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
I didn't
But
care.
I'm with producer Lathan. The boss wants to bang her.
Yeah, it's probably like she probably stacks shelves at a grocery store or something. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, final story. Final story in this week's top stories. A British woman. It's always the British people. Right. First, okay, so far, the first lines of these stories have been pretty good. Let's recap so far. A fire breather has been treated in hospital in Mexico after being attacked by a mariachi band and fighting back by setting several of them on fire. Boom. Great first line. Next one. An influencer found herself in hot water after she had her twin sister trade place with her at work so she could go on vacation. It's not as good as the mariachi's on fire, but it's still pretty good. It gets everything. Here's the final one. A British woman has recently begun being stalked by her ex-husband after she divorced him for cheating on her. Oh, her ex-husband in question just happens to be the ghost of a Victorian soldier named Eduardo. Firstly, that's a long sentence, but Jesus. So she is being haunted by her ex-husband, who is a ghost. So you're thinking, wait, did her husband is the husband ex because he died?
She a Highlander?
But no, she was married to a ghost. and then
I think we
divorced
covered a story
that
like that.
ghost.
She divorced the ghost. Okay. Okay.
After the ghost she was married to her cheated on her, apparently.
So much to unpack here. So much
Yeah.
to unpack here. This could be the whole episode right now, actually. All right. Forget birthday bingo and the strip club review. Like this is the whole episode now.
Whoa, wait, baby birds. I'm gonna feed you some more weirdness. Because she always wanted to be a mother. Right. But now she's single because her ghost ex-husband cheated on her. Right. So, but she's not gonna let being a single woman hold her back from her dream of being a mother. Oh no.
Oh.
So she has now adopted a son. And that son is a possessed clown doll.
Mental health, folks. Please. It's not a sponsor, but go to betterhelp.com or mentalhelp.com.
Yeah, she needs to talk to
folks,
someone.
yeah, Google therapists, guys. This shit is real. This woman is sick. Oh my God.
Yeah. So the son, which is the possessed clown doll, she adopted it after, quote, connecting with him when spending a night at the Clown Motel in Nevada.
Well, of course Vegas had to be involved in this story somehow. Why am I not surprised?
I guess. Ooh.
Right. You're thinking, that's it, right? Right. We're about to do Dumb World Record because that's a pretty crazy story.
But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. It's a scream, baby. So after touring the USA with the clown doll, she decided to return home to Oxfordshire and conduct a paranormal investigation on this clown doll. But she says that her ex, Eduardo, the ghost who cheated on her, apparently, has since become jealous of the time that she's spending with the doll and has begun stalking her.
Yeah, I want to laugh about this, man, but no, this woman is mentally ill. This is kind of sad. This is very sad, actually. I'm sad now.
So apparently Eduardo does not want the clown in the house. She said,
"Who would have thought that the voice of reason here would be the ghost?"
The ghost, yeah, the home wrecking ghost. She said, "quote
the infidelis ghost."
Yeah, she said his presence has been very manageable these days, and I only see him from time to time. But he does not like the clown, though. He watches him, and I keep finding the clown by the door. Subtlety is not Eduardo's strong point. I'm pretty sure it is. It's a fucking ghost. How subtle do you want it? He has nothing to be concerned about, as I have no intentions of marrying the clown, the ghost.
Well, so come on.
Well, I think the doll is the son. So I guess the clown that's possessed the doll is not her son. I think we need a chart, like one of those pin boards with the red string connecting everything.
My head hurts.
She said the clown is here for research purposes only, and I definitely don't need to get into a paranormal love triangle. No, because that would be crazy.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah,
that's where you draw the line, madam.
I'm not having a threesome with two ghosts, one at a time. Fucking hell.
Aye.
What a show. What a show this has been so far. Well, there you go. Eduardo from the Victorian era, which is what Victorian era is. That was like the early 1900s, right?
It's the 19th century, so it's like the late
Queen
1800s.
Victoria, obviously. That's
yeah.
There. I wonder how
I believe that's the late 1800s. But you actually know better about that than I would.
Yeah, I think it's like late 1800s, early 1900s. I don't know, because I think Queen Victoria. Then there was King George, and then Queen Elizabeth.
Okay.
So the Victorian era ended like early 1900s. Anyway, that's not the point here. How the fuck did she meet the ghost? And how the fuck did they get married? Like who performed
Who
this
oversaw
ceremony?
it? Yes. Who performed that?
Like was the
There's-
priest or whoever got ordained to do it? I bet he got really fucking nervous when he said, "If there's anyone who does not believe these two should get married, speak now, forever hold your peace." Wondering what the fuck was going to happen. Like shit was going to fly off the wall, poltergeists and stuff. Like that's my ex. That's my ex-husband.
This is
Just
one of those
like-
things where someone sent 20 quid into Rolling Stone to get his officiating certificate, or she went on a boat cruise or a tugboat, and the captain oversaw that. It's one of those two.
I wonder if he wooed her by sliding a coin up the wall,
Hmm.
and then they made pottery
Very
together.
while the Unchained Melody is playing. I forget who's
Righteous Brothers, baby.
the Righteous Brothers. Thank you. I don't know why.
And then he tried to get a train, and then some other guy was like, "Get off my train!"
And then Whoopi Goldberg's there for some reason too.
Yeah,
She's
what
like,
is
"I'm
she
just here,
doing?
child. Don't worry about me."
So there you go. That was a wild ride. That week's
Dude,
top
yeah,
stories.
we went on an odyssey there.
It was a journey, and I'm glad you were there to take it with us, folks. But now which might be the sanest part of this show. It's now time to talk about people who are out there doing things with their lives and doing things so well that an Irish brewery is saying, "Yeah, you did great. Here's a certificate to say you did it really well." It's time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I lie? Why?
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 Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This week's Dumb World Record takes us down under to the land of the wallabies and the kangaroos and the koalabears.
We've been spending a lot of time in
Australia.
Australia.
All right, because they're morons and they seem to keep doing dumb shit, so I can talk about it. No offense to any Australians listening. A little bit of offense was meant. So a school in Australia set off. They broke the Guinness World Record for most confetti cannons shot off at the same time.
Okay.
I don't know anymore. Right. This makes right. So apparently, the students at St. Stephen's School in Western Australia decided they would do this to celebrate its 40th birthday. Right, the school's 40th anniversary.
Sure.
So you're thinking, right? Where's the connection between number? Are they gonna set off 40 confetti cannons? No, that's not gonna be enough, right? So how many are they gonna set off? They set off 2,013 confetti cannons. Right. So again, I'm trying to work out the connection here. Was because this was broke recently, so this wasn't. If they had done this in 2013, it would have made a bit more sense.
That would have made sense. Yeah.
One confetti cannon per year of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ's birth and all that stuff. I think that's right because he was very practically born on year 0. Good planning. But no, that's not. So, but you're thinking, okay, so there's no connection between 40th and 2013 because it doesn't even divide into each other. Maybe the previous world record was 2012 confetti cannons. That makes sense. So we could break the world record, right? If we're going to do that many confetti cannons, we'll break the world record. Previous record stood at 1,116. All right, so none of this makes any sense.
Oh. You know who I feel the worst for in all this?
The kids.
The janitor.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the janitor. He has to sweep. He or they have to sweep up all that goddamn confetti.
And I bet they didn't tell him either. He just showed up for work the next day.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is this?
And then also the neighbors are pissed off because confetti is all up on their lawns, or you're eating your oatmeal. You're like, why is there confetti in my oatmeal? What the fuck?
That shit gets everywhere because I've. Anyway, so yeah, congratulations, I guess, students of St. Stephen's School in Western Australia for breaking the world record for most confetti cannons shot at the same time. Put that on your resume. See what happens. Wasted your life.
That's so weird that again, like, why not 2024? It's
or a number that divided
or,
into 40 at least, or something.
Yeah, or 1,117. Like, but like, why do we have to leap that far ahead? Jeez, yeah, this is the most nonsensical record I think we've ever had,
and we've covered some nonsensical ones.
150 of them at least. Yeah,
at least. There you go. Live your dream, I guess, kids. Just T's and P's, as Kush said to the janitor. Still to come on this week's Waffle Box. We'll be right back after a short break with the birthday Blackjack, Strip Club Yelp reviews, movie reviews, and much more. So we'll really appreciate it if you stuck around, and we'll see you again after this short break.
Import-export.
10 o'clock for Mr. Schatz.
Yes. Thank you.
These are messages?
Those are for you.
Liz, cancel my 6 o'clock.
Sure. Oh, sir, he'll be right with you.
If you're gonna have casual Fridays,
Mr. Rodville, Phil Schatz,
have casual Fridays. If you're gonna get a deal, get a deal. Hardee's $1.99 double cheeseburger with crispy curls, a quarter pound of beef, cheese plus seasoned curly fries. Now $1.99.
Ooh. If you're gonna go all out.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday Blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box. Episode 152. It's now time for this week's birthday Blackjack June 5th edition. If it's the first time you're tuning in to watch Birthday Blackjack or the Waffle Box, it's nice and simple. I'm going to give 5 celebrity names of people that are celebrating their birthday on this very day. And Kush and your good selves, if you do wish to play at home, has to guess how old they are today. Then, obviously, there'll be a margin of error unless you get it spot on.
Perfect.
So if the person's 50 and you guess 55, the margin of error is 5, so you score 5. And then over the 5 celebrities, the aim of the game is to stay between 21 or below, so you don't go bust. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. How confident you feel? Oh, because give a little shout out as well, because I will always mock you about how bad you do at this, but
I do terrible at this.
I texted you the other day. I actually went back to see how you did. Your current record's 5 and 9. It's a losing record, but it's far better than I thought. I can only remember you winning 1, but
me and the Serb squad, I didn't know I had 5 wins.
5 and 9, baby. So it's going for win number 6.
Dude, I'm like the Houston Oilers. This is so exciting. Or I guess they're the Texans now, aren't they? It doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm losing this franchise in birthday Blackjack.
Woo. So let's kick into gear. Let's celebrate the first birthday of June 5th.
Number 1
is saxophonist. Is it saxophonist?
Saxophonist, yeah.
Mr. Kenny G.
Oh.
Mr. Kenny G. How old is old Kenny G?
Jesus. Yeah, he's been around a while now. I'm gonna say 72. God, I lost here.
72.
He's actually a healthy 36, Kush.
Yeah. That beautiful head of hair still. Not too bad. He is 68 today. So only 4 out. 4 out.
All right.
Not bad. Hey, not bad stuff.
This is how the Giants and the Yankees game started the other day.
Number 2.
Number 2, sticking with the musical. Fall Out Boy bassist Peter Wentz.
Another name. I know of the band Fall Out Boy. It is obviously a Simpsons reference based on the Radioactive Man sidekick Fall Out Boy.
The acid, the goggles do nothing.
They do nothing. Jiminy Jilliker is Mike Fish. 48.
He's going with 48.
Yeah. He's not an old man by any means, but he's not young either.
He's
not
not
anymore.
Never anymore. He is indeed 45. What? Ooh, so only 3 out. You're starting off beautifully. Could this be win number 6 for Mr. Hayes?
I'm so excited.
Number 3.
This might be where it all goes terribly, terribly wrong.
Yeah, Aaron Judge could just step up to the plate and knock out a grand slam into the water right now.
Because celebrity number 3 is American professional gamer Ninja. You must have at least heard of Ninja. He's like the guy.
I've heard of him
blue hair.
recently. Like he
Well,
overtook
he's
like
used to blue hair.
PewDiePie's record or something, and then PewDiePie is not a thing anymore because he made a joke about Nazis or something. I don't know. Ninja. 29?
He's going with 29.
Yeah, he's not like Tony Hawk or anything, but I don't think he's an old man.
He just turned 33.
What? Oh shit!
So
I'm in like the
that's
neighborhood
4.
here.
So that means you're at 11 so far.
Dude, I
Not
might
bad,
take my
not
pants
bad.
off
So
here.
you
This is
got a little
exciting.
wiggle room. You got a little wiggle room. You can wiggle it out. Number 4.
I'm starting to get that
Number 4.
adrenaline pump here.
Here
Like,
we go.
ooh. Oh.
Rap artist Marky Mark. How old is Marky Mark? Sweet Sensation, aka
Yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Wahlberg. But the
It's
picture on
funny
the screen
that,
is picture on the screen I put up is Marky Mark. He's in his era where John Cena looked at that and thought, yeah, I'll have some of that.
It's weird how those two aren't related, right?
Right?
Like they're
They
from
might
the
be
same
because they're
neighborhood.
both from the Boston area.
Yes, they're both from Massachusetts.
Either their daddy has some.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Someone
Like,
did some cross pollination there.
the milkman made an extra visit that day. Mark Wahlberg, again, it's funny that everyone still knows him as Marky Mark, but most people today don't recognize that he was a musician slash rapper slash
And I'll
whatever.
tell you what,
entertainer.
that Sweet Sensation, that is a banger, and still
Still a fun
stands up
song.
today. Oh,
It's good. It's good for a workout. Anyway,
as soon as the show
I'm gonna say
finishes,
he's
I'm sticking it on.
56.
56.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Marky Mark is now 53.
Jesus Christ.
So you're at 14.
Dude.
Oh, you are so close, my friend. Now I almost feel bad about who I put in at number 5.
Oh no.
But once I tell you this name, you understand why I had to put him in.
Okay. I'm not mad.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Canadian retired ice hockey player. And maybe this is, I put an extra clue in there because maybe this might help. And husband of Carrie Underwood, Mike Fisher.
Mike Fisher.
Whoa,
I'm not mad.
whoa, time out here. So you're saying that Carrie Underwood, who is famously always waiting all day for Sunday night, is married to retired Canadian ice hockey player Mike Fisher.
Yes.
So if she took his last name, as per old school tradition, she'd be Carrie Fisher, a.k.a. Princess Leia. That's pretty fucking cool.
That is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I'm sure they had a good laugh about that too.
Well spoiled. So yeah. So
he's
he's married to Carrie Underwood,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a retired ice hockey player.
And she's like a
How?
country western singer because I know the name, but I don't.
Allegedly. She
Oh,
does the
allegedly.
Sunday night. She does the Sunday night football song. I've been waiting all day for
Oh,
Sunday
okay.
night.
I don't watch the show. But okay.
The game is all right.
He's retired. So what's funny is professional athletes retire so early these days. So like you think retired and he's like 65. No. I'm gonna say he's 42.
So let's bet a little bit of tension here. So you're at 14 right now. Okay. Let me just write it down then before I stretch this out and forget what you said. 42.
Let me pour a drink here. Oh my goodness.
So that means if you score 7 or less, that means you're a winner this week. So at guess of 42, if he's 49, between the age of 49 and 35, if I do the maths correctly, yeah, 35 and 49, you're a winner, baby.
It feels so good to win.
Mr. Mike Fisher is 44. That means
you win.
OM.
That means you finish on a score of 16, baby. You take your record to 6 and 9. You're finding your way back. Yeah, find your way back to 500. Those playoffs, baby. You can always all that matters is what happens in October, as they say. So
suck it, Aaron Judge.
You leave my baby boy alone.
Dude, he's quite a ball player.
Him and Juan Soto in my tag team, baby.
Oh, dude, Soto hits.
He's a beast.
We're recording this this is broadcasting on a Wednesday, but Sunday Soto hit 2 home runs. And I was just like, fucking hell. And then Aaron Judge on Friday also hit 2 home runs. I was like, I get why this guy's a big deal. Like, holy shit.
Why he gets the big bucks.
Yeah, right? It's a shame we couldn't lock him down.
There you go. Congratulations, Kush. You are a winner.
Perfect.
And
it feels
so
good to be a winner.
If you are playing at home, let us know your scores in the comments on the YouTube video, or let us know at Waffle Box on Twitter /X, whatever.
And my challenge to superfan Alex is still out there. I know you're saying something about like, I don't know how to use Zoom or whatever, but you'll figure it out. But
scared.
Children are using this.
He's scared, especially now after today's performance. He'll be running scared.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so that wraps up this week's Birthday Blackjack.
Feels good. Now feels good.
We move on to my new favorite segment, where I have to do a lot of reading, but it's worth it.
Yeah, let me get my strip club ones ready here.
It's now time with a new jingle, which I think will do this segment justice. This jingle, as I that Miami bass into the microphone. It's now time for this week's Strip Club Yelp reviews.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Lust and Regret.
It's now time for this week's Strip Club Yelp reviews.
Yeah!
How can you not love that jingle, baby? It's this week's Strip Club Yelp reviews, where I dive into the murky, murky, murky waters of one poor strip club's Yelp reviews. And this week, we are heading over to Lexington, Kentucky, which is when I think I want to go to a strip club. I think of Lexington, Kentucky. And we go to Cowboys Showgirls. It's not Cowboys and Showgirls, it's just Cowboys Showgirls. Okay. I'm assuming there needs to be an apostrophe in there. It's saying that Showgirls belong to the Cowboys.
Showgirls is a brand name by the Deja Vu Corporation, which has clubs all over the country, maybe even the world. How do I know that?
How do you know? All right, let's start off with a short one, and then we've got an epic one. So, first review, Greg M writes, was passing through Lexington on a business meeting. Sure, cheating on your wife, more like. On a business meeting, and decided to try Cowboys Showgirls. Went in around 9 p.m. Saturday. No, that's not me. Went in around 9 p.m. Sat down. There's no grammar in these things. Went in around 9 p.m. Sat down. There was around 10 to 15 girls. Waited around 5 to 10 minutes. No one asking for dances. Just drinking at tables. Didn't see very many young dancers. Disappointed. This guy really needs grammar in his life. Did get a table dance, but the dancer with her orange top rubbed something on my shorts and stained them. Hope next visit is
Oh.
better. 3 stars. Oh.
So we got a little unpack here. One, he came into the club, and anytime I go to a strip club, I hate when someone approaches me in 5 and says, "It's like, bitch, I just sat down. Like, let me get a drink. Let me survey the area. Talk to me in 20 minutes. At least, minimum 20 minutes. Don't bother me." However, this guy was mad that no one approached him for a lap dance within the first 5 minutes.
And
That's
then he
very
regretted
interesting.
that.
Like, he was ready to go immediately. Like, I need to warm up. I need to put my little toe in the
He
water.
just walked in with a bunch of ones and erection. He was ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pow.
And then, unfortunately, this is never okay. This is wildly unprofessional. She rubbed something on his pants.
But that means that she liked him.
Well, yeah, we don't know
Well, I
what
guess
that something is.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm thinking a
Or she
dookie
liked someone
stain.
else and then sat on his lap.
You're thinking she left a snail trail. I'm thinking she left a paved chocolate road. I think she left some
Oh.
blood on his pants.
Well, we'll never know. Unless Greg from
Yeah.
Lexington, Kentucky, if you are watching, let us know.
But because the bad grammar, it also, like, she could also just taken her lipstick and just drawn a straight line across his shorts. Also, like, it's yeah. Come on, Greg. Again, Mike
Right,
is
next
right.
one.
Go back and learn English.
Next one, right. This is quite an epic tale. This is like Game of Thrones shit, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's right. There's a couple
So
of these.
please bear with me. Okay, so Stephen B writes, I stopped in today around 2:15. Doesn't specify AM or PM, but
I like it.
I stopped in today at around 2:15. I realized that day shift. Oh, it's afternoon. I realized that day shift is not a busy time, so I thought maybe I could enjoy some entertainment without a big crowd.
Sure.
There were 4 girls I saw and 3 guys counting me. Good odds. I like that. 2 out of the 4 I saw on the main stage stayed clothed. They spent more time talking to each other from the stage than dancing.
Yeah,
I
'cause
stayed
there's 3
long
dudes
enough.
there.
Yeah. I stayed long enough to drink a Coke for $3.25. One
It's a little
dancer came
pricey for
by
a Coke.
asking if I wanted a table dance. I said sure, and she started to dance, then realized she had to be on stage. As I said, I don't expect a lot being the day shift, but this was a waste. Why open if you can only have 4 girls who offer no interaction with the customers? 1 star.
Okay, so let's unpack this. It's the day shift. One,
Day
it's
shift.
amazing that a strip club is open at 2 in the afternoon. That's rare these days, or at least in San Francisco it is. 2, again, it's the afternoon. People are at work, so no one. Again, people are at work, so no one's at the strip club. Therefore, that's why there's only 4 girls. Doesn't matter that there's 3 guys, including you. You buy all those bitches drinks, you could have 4 girls. It's really just common sense there. Yeah, that's a little unprofessional that she started her lap dance or her table dance and then we're like, oh shit, I gotta go. Sorry, baby. Sorry, daddy, I gotta
I'm
go.
sure she get the money.
If she came back, that's a different thing, but he didn't say that. Like, yeah, this gentleman's strip club etiquette is all over the place.
So yeah, Stephen B, 1 star, was not happy. But
B is
wait,
for boner.
A few moments later.
Oh,
he's back. I decided to
Oh,
give
shit.
Cowboys a chance again. I went in at around 10:20 p.m.
Okay.
There were about 20 guys in the building. He's very not judging, but he's
Doing
very
a head count.
He loves counting how many men are in the club. But
Yeah.
to each their own. As I was seated, a dancer named Monroe stumbled and fell across my lap. Oh,
That's a fun
trash
gimmick.
beyond means.
Oh, she's also trash. Dope.
She asked
terrible
if
name.
I wanted company, and I declined as she was in no shape to even sit up. Nice.
Smart.
You didn't take advantage of her. Like it, Stephen.
Yeah. That's smart.
On stage was a dancer named Blackberry, who could easily go 250 pounds. Oh, why are you shaming? I don't know, he's not even shaming. He's a very matter-of-fact person. There are 20 men in this club. You weigh 250 pounds. What the...
There's an audience for her. Still.
Oh, according to the audience, is him. I'm a chubby chaser, but that is disgusting. Oh. What?
What?
Is
You
it?
can't. I think this is having your cake and eating it too. Although I've never understood that phrase.
You need more information because yeah, a 250-pound woman would be disgusting if she was like 3 foot tall. But the average, I mean, whatever. Anyway,
she's still probably 5'4", but like, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's-
He's a chubby chaser and still hating on her. This guy's all over the place.
it's more of her to love, Stephen. It seemed that no one was making any money. I stayed long enough to see the best thing Cowboys has had in years. Name was Ariel. Ooh. Young. No
Ariel's
real
funny.
disgusting tattoos. Why are you judging tattoos, Dick?
Some women have the weirdest tattoos at the strip club, dude. It's just like, really? You went with that? You thought that was a good idea? Your body was great, and then you did that? Oh, jeez.
I mean, I have all 9 members of Slipknot and a Dr. Pepper logo.
Yeah, but you're not.
I'm not judging anyone's tattoos.
You're not showing anyone your pussy, so don't worry about it. Like.
The night is young. So apparently, she had no real disgusting tattoos. Nice breasts. Seemed to have talent on stage.
Sure.
I tipped her $5.
Nice.
As I said, she was the talent in the building. After she got off stage, I motioned her to come over to inquire about a couch dance. $20. Her reply
That's
was,
actually pretty reasonable.
I don't do private dances. I'm too timid to do them.
Okay.
She had just left the stage where it was all out. She walked away from my table and got a seat by herself. 1 star.
Yeah. No. So I like Ariel already. She knows what's up. She's not trying to hustle anybody. She's like, yeah.
I just do the
The
stage.
strippers make the most money in the back room. Okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So she's just like, yeah, I'm cool with the $7 I got on the stage here, and I'll make it work. Yeah, Steven's all over the place on this one. Does he have more, or can I start critiquing him?
A few moments later.
Woo!
He's back. He's back. Just left Cowboys. They have remodeled. Oh, so there's been some remodeling since he's been
multiple.
But it is still the worst strip club in Lexington. This is just further, is it, buddy?
Why
all the girls.
Yeah,
all the girls seem to be bored or almost like they are being held against their will.
Yeah, they'll get
One girl named Rose actually got in an argument with the DJ over having to be on stage. Was not approached for anything other than a drink. I'll be real honest. By all means, you've been very honest so far. I'm kind of glad I was not. I am a big guy myself, but some of the women there will really need to take a look in the mirror. This dude is like obsessed. It has to be some of the biggest women I have ever seen in a strip club. Really? Okay. For a man that's been to this strip club 3 times, this is it. You need to expand your horizons, pal.
Yeah.
There are about 4 or 5 decent ones in the building. They are too wrapped up and looking in the mirror and admiring themselves to make any money. I approached a dancer named Prada as she was on stage. Why are you approaching them while they're on stage, Stephen?
I mean, you can do that.
That's
not unreasonable.
So he gave her a $5 tip and inquired about a table dance.
Sure.
She said, I don't do $5 table dances. It's too much effort for $5. Yes.
Yeah, she's right.
Yeah, you
She's
can
right.
private for $5. I said, even if it leads to going to the back for a $20 dance and possibly more, Stephen, you dastardly bastard.
I like that these dances are $20. Like they're 60 to 80 out here.
I had money to spend and no one seemed to want it. Take a hint, Stephen.
Yeah, that's you, dude.
When most of your staff, i.e., dancers, are sitting around the bar talking to the bartender and the bouncers, you as a customer know where you stand. 1 star.
A few moments later.
Ooh! This guy's writing a diary.
Right? Steven's back. We went there Saturday night for my bachelor party. After all this that happened, that's the place he chose for his bachelor party?
Mike, you curate these reviews. Are there other strip clubs in Lexington?
This was there are, if you go on if you type in strip clubs Lexington, there's several.
Okay.
This guy, man. Anyway, so yeah, he went there for his bachelor party. There was supposed to be 8 of us, but my best man was denied entry due to wearing sweatpants.
Yes. Rude.
Brackets. Not ragged, dirty sweats, but new Nike sweats. This doesn't fucking matter.
No
if anything, the
sweatpants,
fact that
stupid.
he has a Nike tick on him probably made him worse for a strip club demeanor. Anyway. So he went back to the hotel. He couldn't even bother to change. That was it. Was that the only thing he bought for the week? Oh, whatever. We had a decent time. Oh.
Okay.
I just know that in a room full of women and there is 2 to 3 decent looking ones, it's a sad club. Oh. Shadow hung out with us all night and she was
Shadow.
cool. No high pressure, buy me a drink or hounding us for private dances. We all got one from her and a few others, in brackets. One dancer, not sure of name, told my friend she'd suck him off for $300 in a private room.
Fascinating. $20 dance for a $300 blowjob.
Yeah.
Again, this is all over the place.
Well,
man.
this is the new one. This is remodeled now. They got to pay for the work.
How much time has passed in between the last review? Okay, honest answer. Honest answer.
So he declined the blowjob, but still got a dance from her. All the while, she kept asking if he wanted his dick sucked. Kind of kills the vibe of a $35 dance. 3 stars. Oh, 3 stars.
Oh.
So the dances, the table dances have gone from $20 to $35 now. See, inflation.
Okay. Yeah. Post-pandemic stuff.
No effect, right? For me personally, I'm not the kind of guy. If a stripper asked me if I wanted a blowjob, I would politely decline. Because I don't, not to discriminate, but I was like, I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'm good, but thank you. Right?
It's more trouble than us.
That being said, if I'm getting a table dance and a woman is gyrating on me while she's naked, I'm unsure how her asking if I want a blowjob kills the vibe. If anything, surely that enhances it.
Yeah, right.
There you go. That's the epic tale of Stephen and
Stephen B.
Crazy bachelor party. Final one.
Let me just
real quick.
Interject here. Also,
Steven.
Yeah. No, guys, don't come to this fucking club in sweatpants. Okay, like I know you like the friction on your dick. That's the point of it. But you don't wear. Show some. Try and show a little class. Also, just that's all. Don't. You can't wear sweatpants. The end. You can't wear board shorts.
Someone who's been writing fucking diaries about this club, talking about how
well, this was his best man. This wasn't Steven.
Yeah, but Steven should have been. If my bachelor, I would have been like, "What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Why are you wearing
Steven
sweatpants?"
should have known better. You should have been like, "Yeah, what are you doing, Mark? Stop that.
Mark.
You put on some slacks, put on some jeans, whatever, dude, but not sweatpants." Like, the strippers do not like that at all. They might like your boner, but they do not like you wearing sweatpants. It's just tacky, guys. Come on. And this is again. You want to sit at the stage. All I have to do is literally just tip $1 a song. If you want to be like, if you're balling on a budget, $1 per song is not a lot to ask for. But if you're sitting in the front row, you have to tip. Okay, and it's okay to inquire about a lap dance while the chick is on stage. But if they're denying you money, it's not them. It's 1,000% you.
Because they tend to enjoy money.
They really like money, and they really like men giving them money. And if it was up to them, you would walk into the club, give them money, and then leave the club, and they wouldn't have to touch you. That's how much they like money. But if they're saying, "I don't want your money," it's 1,000% you, and you have to sit in the dark with that one. So
maybe you, rather than complaining about the dancers looking in the mirror, maybe you should take a look in the mirror, pal.
Yeah. Yeah, Stephen B's all over the place. He's a chubby chaser getting married, but turned off by the
He's a chubby chaser that hates fat women. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is a compute.
Yeah, such a contradiction.
It's like a vegan that hates carrots.
Holy shit. That was an amazing story, Mike Fish. I can't wait to hear about the third one.
So yeah, the final review comes from John M, who writes, "This place puts the word shit in shitty titty. If you don't have an STD, you will when you leave this garbage pit." 1 star. I love that. Yeah, this place puts the word shit in shitty titty, as if shitty titty is a very common saying. I've never like.
It is not a common saying, and
It's fun
I've
to
never
say,
heard that phrase. It's yeah.
Maybe I'll start doing that more often. I'll just like if I go to a restaurant and I don't enjoy my meal, I was like, yeah, this place puts shit in shitty titty.
I've definitely walked into those clubs that are so run down that like oh my god, if I walk 6 more feet into this place, I'm literally going to disintegrate like a Nazi in an Indiana Jones movie. But just yeah. Some people also just like being rude.
I've heard you say I would disintegrate like a Nazi in the Indiana Jones movie more often than I've heard anyone say shitty titty.
Yes, that is also true.
There you go. So there you go.
I think
Shout
people
out
need to say that more.
to Cowboys Showgirls in Lexington, Kentucky. If you're ever in that area, I highly recommend you go there, but avoid anyone named Steven.
Yeah. If I'm ever in Lexington, I'm going to check this place out now.
And tell him, hey, I heard about this place on the Waffle Box podcast.
There you go.
That'd be nice. Anyway, that was Strip Club reviews, and now let's turn to some movie reviews as Kush speaks about his experience at the cinema. It's now time for this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
This week's Kush's movie review is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, where it's a documentary that depicts how angry Mel Gibson was when he saw a Jewish person. I'm Furiosa!
That's actually very funny.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not really like topical.
Could a little tightening up, a little tooling, but that was good. That was
yeah,
really
I
good.
just came up with it on my noggin. I freestyled that one. But yeah, Mel Gibson hates Jews. Anyway, how's the movie?
Movie's really good. This is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. It is rated R. It is 2 hours and 28 minutes. A little long. Written and directed by George Miller. Also written by a guy named Nick Lathorius. I don't know. It stars Anya Taylor-Joy as the Furiosa. Chris Hemsworth plays Dementis, and then a young lady named Aliyah Brown plays young Furiosa. And actually, she's in the movie more than Anya Taylor-Joy is. It's kind of weird that she's not getting any props, accolades, mentions, or etc. So that's why I threw her name in there. Otherwise, Nathan Jones is also in the movie.
Oh, boo.
So it's Mad Max. It's the Mad Max world. The three worst things about this movie is the runtime. Again, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, make it shorter. It doesn't need to be 2.5 hours. Also, Mad Max doesn't need to be in the title because also Mad Max is in this movie for 30 whole seconds. It is not what's the guy who just played Mad Max recently?
Oh,
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
It is not Tom Hardy. It is not Mel Gibson. It is just the back of some dude's head. And he's like, oh, wow, there's some shit going on in the desert over there. Wow, that's crazy. But I'm not even sure that guy was real. Like, I think it might have just been a CGI composite, honestly. However, this movie is really good. It's a lot of fun. It's very exciting. There's a lot of good action in it. It's George Miller, so it looks beautiful. Yeah. I love George Miller, dude, as a director. Despite the fact this man's been doing it for like over 50 years now, like I still think he's somehow underrated. This is his 5th Mad Max movie. He's done all 5 of them. They scaled back a little bit. Again, it's 2.5 hours, but they scaled back a little bit. Like after Fury Road, that thing was apparently an odyssey, and everybody hated everybody, and they went so deep into the desert that when people were like, it's amazing there was no studio interference in this movie. what they did was in Fury Road is they went so far out into the Australian outback that it took a day to get the flash drive back to civilization so they could upload it and send it back to Warner Brothers in Los Angeles. And by the time Warner Brothers gave their notes, it was too late. They were like 3 scenes later into the shoot. Like there's no way to reset anything, and it's just like, yeah, it kind of genius, kind of freaking genius. So, but in this case, I think they went, instead of spending 70 days in the desert, I think we'll just do 46. They were still in the desert, but there's a lot of green screen in this. There is a lot of CGI. I ain't mad at it, but it felt very obvious to me. However, I had a great time. It's again, if I didn't say this already, it is not as good as the previous Fury Road, but it's still a very good movie. Mike, you and I talk all the time about how we hate prequels, but much like that Hunger Games prequel we just had, this works. It didn't need to be a prequel. We could have just had Anya Taylor-Joy play Furiosa as a sequel. I actually want to know what happens after they took over the Conclave or the Odyssey or the Compound or whatever it was when Immortan Joe got murdered. But they didn't, so we got what we got. It works. It's very good. It's very fast paced, despite being 2.5 hours. It is very fast paced. I was not bored, but I'm still just like, yeah, some things could be shaved down a little bit. Chris Hemsworth is great. They for some reason put clay on his nose, and I ain't ashamed about that. Like a lot of people get bent out of shape about the prosthetic makeup. But I was just like, he looks just like me when I had long hair and my pandemic beard. Mike, imagine me with long hair and my pandemic beard from 2 years ago. I swear to God, me and Chris Hemsworth could be brothers. Like I could be Liam Hemsworth. Yeah. It'd be amazing.
For the first 60 episodes of this podcast, I thought I was doing a podcast with Liam Hemsworth.
I mean, you might have. I mean, you never know when I sneak in or sneak out. Much like the lady in our front page segment. Like, yeah, like he filled in for me a few weeks. You didn't know, but we didn't dry snitch on ourselves. So, anyways, all jokes aside, I had a great time with this. Folks are kind of freaking out because it's not making money. Also, this review should have came out last week, but the powers that be and the way things went, it just didn't work out, and nothing else came out this weekend, man. Like there was a couple movies I wanted to see, did not make it to my local Cineplex, did not make it to any theater in San Francisco, not available on Amazon Prime. So we're doing our Furiosa review a week and a half late, but I really enjoyed this. I will see it again when it comes on Netflix. I don't think I want to buy it, but it is very good, and I don't think it's a waste of time, and I want to see more from George Miller. He's 79 years old, so like this, I don't know how he keeps going. I think he's right up there with Clint Eastwood as maybe one of the oldest directors alive right now.
He's still got to go for Clint Eastwood. What is his 90s?
Clint Eastwood is pushing 90 if he isn't past it.
I think he is. I think he's like 93 or something.
Fucking hell. Yeah. That guy keeps going.
And he looks it. He looks haunting. He looks like
he looks like a ghoul.
If they ever made a new Tales from the Crypt, he would be a really good crypt keeper.
If season 2 of Fallout stars Clint Eastwood, he would be a ghoul, and they wouldn't need to use any prosthetic makeup or CGI stuff.
It's like, oh, he just wandered onto set.
If they wanted to make a remake of Poltergeist, he could be the old guy with the gray hair that goes, "You should not pass," or whatever that guy says. I don't know.
If he was on The Walking Dead, all the zombies would just leave him alone.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, powerful. I don't have a rebuttal for that. There you go. So
there you go.
Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. It's not as good as the last one, but it is still very good, and I think you would guys like it. I think I was going somewhere before I got into the whole ghoul thing. People are freaking out that this isn't making money. The last one barely broke even, despite getting like 9 Academy Award nominations and winning some of those nominations as well. Yeah, there you go. Mike Fish, I believe you have questions.
Well, my
Or
only
these
thing was like,
comments.
how's the cinematography? I guess because from what I saw
Wonderful.
in the trailer, that some of the scenes looked just bad.
Cartoony.
Yeah. Or was it
There's
meant to
that
be like
scene
that?
where Anya Taylor-Joy is hiding behind the gate and fire is enveloping her and she's not being burnt. Yeah, that looks cheesy.
Okay.
Um, so that, I mean, what you saw in the trailer, what stands out as bad, it just doesn't look good because again, that is CG. But then there's some other CG stuff that's cool. Again, going through the other trailers, that thing where she reveals her face and she's got the robot arm. By the way, I don't care how Furiosa got her robot arm. I just don't. Sorry, guys. But we had to squeeze that in. And when we get to the final reveal, it's a good looking scene, honestly. I liked it at least. Um, yeah, they George Miller, again, instead of spending 70 days in the desert, they're like, well, we can do 46 practical days or whatever, however long they spent out there. It wasn't as long as Fury Road. And then they made up everything in post-production with CGI. I believe we did a review for 3,000 Years of Longing, and that was where Tilda Swinton fell in love with Idris Elba, the genie, and that was George Miller's previous movie, and I didn't realize at the time, but that thing was all CGI. So he's getting more comfortable with that medium. He's making it work, but he's still ironing out the kinks because he still doesn't understand it fully.
Go back to retro, man. Film everything real, unless it's, of course, it's in space. Then your hands
Well,
kind
yeah,
of tied.
you know, a little problem filming stuff in space. Mad Max in space, though. How great would that be?
Make it happen. Make it happen.
They could make it happen. I'm surprised they haven't, to be honest. What else do I want to add to this review here? I don't know. I don't think I can add anything else to this review that hasn't been already said. Yeah, I really liked it. It's good. I'm not going to purchase it, but I would recommend everyone see it.
Marvelous. Mad Max. No, Furiosa, a Mad Max story, saga,
Yeah.
whatever.
Get rid of that colon. That should just make it Furiosa.
Furiosa. 4 out of 5. Fuck Mel Gibson. Anyway, shall we wrap this show up with a nice fuzzy feeling, Kush? Shall we do that?
Why not?
Shall
I
we
want to do a little slow dance with my girl over here.
Yeah. So let's wrap things up. Leave me all warm and fuzzy with this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's feel-good story comes to us from England's countryside, Somerset, where a farmer has proposed to his girlfriend by mowing "Marry Me" into his field and surprising her at sunset.
Okay.
Oh,
That's kind of sweet. Yeah, it's corny, but sweet.
Corny.
I didn't mean for that to happen, but still.
Yeah, it works. Tom Hill proposed to his long-term girlfriend, Chloe Morley, on Friday evening. Under the ruse of forgetting to bring his dinner, Ms. Morley headed down to the field near Hinkley Point in Somerset to meet him, only to find the huge letters carved into the grass. Miss Morley said, "I was in complete shock, but once it had settled after a few minutes, there were lots of tears." The happy couple have since received congratulatory. Thank you. Messages online after someone posted a picture of the field on Facebook, captioned, "So, did you get an answer?" But she said yes, and the pair have plans to marry next September. Yeah, not a whole deep feel-good story, but you know what? Sometimes it doesn't need to be complex. It's nice. Hey, some guy made an effort, a huge effort, to tell the woman he loved that he loved her like that, and it's beautiful. So yeah, shout out to Tom Hill and Ms. Morley, and may you live happily ever after, or as long as you want. You know, because sometimes some people just be like, yeah, 5's enough. Say we just fuck off
Yeah.
and marry someone else. But there you go. Hopefully you do whatever. Do whatever you like. Do
Yeah.
whatever you like. Don't worry.
What's the weirdest place? Not necessarily the weirdest proposal you've seen, but what's the weirdest place you've seen? Maybe the question is not even right, but like most unique, most out of. Let me tell you where I'm going with this. I went to WrestleMania 31, and I was standing off in the shade right outside the gate, or right inside the gate, and I saw a couple cross the threshold, and then immediately the guy dropped to his knees and proposed to his girlfriend right as they entered WrestleMania 31. And I was like, that's kind of nice. Like,
I don't know. The weirdest one that comes to mind is not a very nice one. Because I used to work in a bingo hall back in my days, living in England, and someone in the middle of the bingo decided to propose to his girlfriend. Then
it's kind of rude for the
I mean, they enjoyed the bingo. That was their thing that they shared. So I get it.
Those guys get intense too.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we had to stop the bingo for that, which that's that could get you shanked. And stopping the bingo, those ladies don't fuck around. But what made it weird was that he proposed to her. She said yes, and then he proceeded to put the ring on the wrong finger.
Oh. Just to ask, which finger? Do you know which finger he put it on?
He put it on the correct finger on the wrong hand.
Oh, I wouldn't know how to do that either. But I proposed to a lady. She said yes. It didn't work out, but I honestly don't know if I put it on the right finger or if I even had the right ring.
I thought about this, like, because each finger on your hand, if you do, because even though, do you consider the thumb a finger, or do you say you got 4 fingers and 1 thumb?
I mean, when we're breaking it down, like I got all 10 fingers, then my thumb is a finger because I don't usually say I got 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. That's too much words. That's too many words. Like I just want you to know that I'm not hurt. But yeah, the thumb is not a finger. Okay. But when you're asking me if I'm hurt, I'm just gonna say I got all 11 fingers.
11? Oh, he's talking about his penis for those not watching the video version. Well, just for the point of this though, let's just say that thumbs are fingers, right? So each one has a 3 next. So you got the thumb, the index, the ring finger. The ring finger is what you'd call that one.
Okay, this is the ring finger.
What would you call that one?
This is definitely the ring finger, but this is the middle finger. Then
oh, yeah. No. There's a reason why I skipped that. Is because they got very lazy. Because it's thumb, index, ring finger, little finger, middle one. It's the one in the middle. But then that surely argues the fact that the middle finger is called the middle finger. Like, if you're watching, look at that, boom, you got 2 either side. So surely that proves that the thumb is a finger. Because if you take out the thumb out of the equation, then the middle finger is no longer in the middle. You got 2 middle fingers, if anything.
Okay. No. I'm picking up what you're putting down, and I'm never going to correct you if you say I've got all 10 fingers. Like,
what's worst case to say 10 digits, and then everyone's right.
10 digits is also acceptable.
But then toes are digits as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost, unless you see my foot has been chopped off, we're not worried about my toes. And now we're steel toe boots anyway, so it's not an issue.
And then if thumbs aren't fingers, why is the big toe not the foot thumb?
Because it's not a thumb, it is a toe.
Right? Because I guess it's not.
But I also don't know what we individually call the toes. There's obviously the pinky toe and the big toe, but I don't know what the other 3 in between are called.
Went all the way home.
Wee.
Anyway, look at that great discussion to end the show. There you go. Let us know what you think. Is the thumb a finger? Yay or nay? Let us know at Waffle Box on Twitter. That wraps up this week's show. Don't forget to stick around. We'll be right back next week, hopefully, for 153. If you do want to get involved and have your voice heard, don't forget you can leave us a voicemail. Just dial 347-559-5227. That's 347-559-5227. Leave a voicemail and about anything, really. And maybe we'll play that on next week's show. Also, if you would like to support the show, the best way to do it is, of course, to like, subscribe, and share this on your timeline and all that. You tell your friends and family. But if you do want to support monetarily, the best way to do it is go to enjoywafflebox.com/shop, and in that way you support the show monetarily, but also you get some pretty sweet goddamn swag out of it. Lots of fun designs up there. Some great stuff. enjoywafflebox.com/shop. You can follow me at Mike Fish with a Y, not an I. Mike with a Y, not an I. I'm sticking with it, Kush. I'm sticking with it. And you can follow him at Kush Potatoes on Facebook. As Lathan did mention at the beginning of the show, Kush is still chugging away with his Microdose podcast. What's on the docket for this Friday show?
Oh, Jesus, I don't know. I don't have any guest book as of this recording, and we just might do another solo issue. We have, while you were in the DR, we actually recorded episode 200, so that's in the bank. Much like Friends, much like Seinfeld, it's done. We got it in there, so that's going to happen at the end of the month of June, June 28th to be specific. This coming Friday, I just might wax poetic about some other shit and get some stuff off my chest.
I'd recommend it.
I would prefer a guest, but folks have to get back to me. There's this new thing, dude, where like I'll text somebody and be like, do you want RCS or do you want MMS? And I'm like, well, I want MMS, stupid. RCS keeps fucking... Anyway, technology is fucking things up. I will explain off air then.
Fantastic.
No guest booked as of yet, but stay tuned.
But yeah, I highly recommend. Last week's episode was you talking about, like I say, your journey about no longer smoking. Went about 20 so minutes. It was a good listen. I listened to it on the plane. Fantastic.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's actually the first nice. That's the only feedback I've had, positive or negative, in 200 episodes.
Boom. Well, there you go. We'll have to wait. So yeah, follow him at Kush Potatoes on Facebook. Check out composnet.family for all those links. And yes, but until then, it's a good night from me. It's a good night from him. Lathan, any final thoughts?
It's been a pleasure working with you gentlemen as always. Now I'm off to withdraw 300 buckaroos from my bank account, drive to Lexington, and have a darn tooting good time. See you all next week.
Hell yeah, Lathan. Get it on.
Hell yeah. And on that note, take care of yourselves. And each other.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.